leadership is about a lot of getting it wrong to get it right. And if you're not getting it wrong, you cannot get it right. There's no way around it. So get it wrong as much as you need to get it wrong so that you can eventually get it right. So when I'm pouring into people and thinking about exactly just what they need as an individual on that individual standpoint, I think really investing in that and wasting your time there is where it should be, right?
Today's episode is powered by Rilla Voice.
Rilla has taken those cumbersome, time-consuming ride-alongs and streamlined the entire process by leveraging AI technology to do dozens or hundreds of ride-alongs virtually every single day.
They also provide you, the owner or manager, with the top performers KPI metrics designed easily for you to coach your team into rock stars.
Schedule a demo today at www.rilla.com.
Yo, Joshua, really fast. I want to talk about online scheduling for the trades and how they should be affordable, effective, and easy to manage. Let's take a really quick second here to share a little bit about the latest group of experts that we've teamed up with, Autobot.ai. Our team of industry experts has developed a best-in-class scheduling app that seamlessly integrates with your CRM. Every booked job goes directly into your software and becomes one of our advanced marketing analytics, which is really cool. We can automatically select the marketing campaign of your choice based on how the customer came to your site.
Yeah, Tersh, those industry-leading analytics tells you everything that you're going to want to know about your lead, where they came from, what they did before scheduling, and what page they converted on, plus other things. On average, about 75% of people who start a booking with our app complete it, but we'll give you a more granular reporting that shows conversion rates based on marketing source and medium to help improve your marketing efforts.
So honestly, with no contracts, affordable monthly rates, and you really don't have anything to lose. And so it's a great program to try out. And if you use SBM, when you go to sign up for it, you'll actually save $1,500 on the setup fees. So honestly, give it a shot. Tell us what you think.
I want to give a huge shout out to Marcus Storm for sponsoring today's episode.
You've heard of Google ads, Facebook ads, and SEO, but did you know that there's an entire ecosystem, like 80% of the internet, that ads can be served on that you barely heard about?
That's where Marcus Storm operates.
They leverage data science and AI to build customer profiles for your ideal customers and get your ads in front of prospects before they are ready to hire a pro, planting your brand in their minds early and often.
To chat with a team about how they can help you grow your business, visit marcusstorm.ai.
Well, I don't know anything about you, so I just know your name's Leah.
Okay, perfect.
I mean, this is Leah, and what is your role? She told me earlier, but I can't remember.
It's okay. So I'm the customer experience coaching manager.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah. So my team are the customer experience coaches. So we coach your call center primarily. We'll do your inside sales. We'll do your call center. We will coach your call center managers primarily, but we are okay to coach some of your call center agents if it's a situation where there's just one or two of them, right? But if you got a whole team or 6 or 7, we're going to coach you to coach them, right? So it just kind of changes based off of the members' needs. And we are totally flexible inside of that. And we're happy to help based off of what you want, because all our coaching is individualized, tailored coaching to the person, the situation, the company. And that's just how we attach it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, no, she told us that we're doing a keynote next week at a different event. It's tying in AI and automation to building a customer journey for contractors. Yeah. So
what's the biggest challenge that you see as coaching the coaches?
Me coaching my coaches or the coaches coaching their people? Oh man. So I think getting them out of how they used to do it.
Oh yeah.
It's not
this is how we do things.
Yeah, this is how we do it, and this is what worked for me. And it's like, think a little bit bigger and just challenging them to just go one step above what they know, as I'm sure it worked in 1991. You know what I mean? And then honestly, every year is 1991 because yesterday is over. It just truly is. So some of the people that I manage haven't been in shops for 3 or 4 years. Myself is very different because I have never, ever worked in a call center at all. So I've always led leaders or I've always managed managers. I've never done any call center work.
Do you ever get any pushback?
Oh, yes. I don't know if I can say that word, but heck, yes, I have absolutely gotten pushback. And it's okay because I welcome it. Because, I mean, when I think about challenges, all challenges are not bad. You can challenge me on something or you can ask for more information. And it's my duty as your leader or your manager to not feel challenged. I can just be challenged, and that's okay. because I feel like that's healthy and I leave that space for them. But I think something that, like you said, like what's the biggest thing is like getting them out of their way. You know, your size won't fit all, never. And that's okay to say, oh, hey, this is how I used to do it, but I want to explore better ways, or I want to explore what you're doing, and maybe we can marry it and mash it up and then create a new way.
Do you ever have them give personality tests or them take personality tests to say, okay, like this is your personality type and that's why that worked? But your CSR is actually this personality type, and if you holler at them, she's going to cry.
Yeah. Yeah. So we do color code and disc really, really heavy. And most of our members do color code and disc really, really heavy. And everybody on my team is color code certified. That's something that I just kind of like, look, this will make your life easier.
Just understanding the different personality dynamics.
Just understanding it. Yeah. I don't want you to be a perfectionist or anything like that. Or I don't even want you to have to take a deep dive. But just overall, like, this is a blue person. I need to talk like this. This is a red person. Hurry the heck up. This is a yellow person. Make it fun quick. This is a white person. So what we're going to do is we're just going to slow down. And we're going to hear them out first. You know what I mean? So it's just being able to quickly kind of think about that stuff. And then honestly understand that I could get it wrong, but I could still probably get it right. So yeah, we do a lot of personality tests.
How quickly, like when you get trained on it, how quickly on a phone call? Like in person, you can see mannerisms, you can see like disinterest and stuff. On the phone, you're just listening to a voice. Like how quickly can you identify something like that when you're trained?
That's a really good question. I make sure that all of my coaching calls for my people are over Zoom. So at minimum, I'm able to see your body posture and your disposition and just even like look at your engagement. Sometimes that can tell me a lot.
Oh, sure, because if like they're looking over here,
no, they don't.
You're like,
come on,
they
man.
Or
you see, my phone's down here on a camera.
Yeah, so I had to call somebody back in it. No, right? So just at least that I keep them honest, right? And yeah, sometimes it does get on the phone. It just kind of is what it is. But I like to get it to where 90 or above percentage is over Zoom. So I'm looking at you, I'm looking at your disposition, and then I can see, oh, hey, it's my turn to talk, even if it's just that. So yeah, you can do it quickly.
Well, that's what video podcasts or in person, like Tersh, when he started this podcast a bunch of years ago, was barely video wasn't really a big thing.
Yeah. It was just
the conversation.
It was almost like a phone call.
Yeah.
And
everybody on speakerphone. Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
We just don't know when to be able to
jump
say
in.
what you need to say, or you can. It's just mannerisms.
Yeah.
Like, I talk with my hands a lot, and you just see mannerisms. Like Tersh knows when I have a question, and I know when he does. And like I'm just like waiting to get in there. I'm like, come on, let me get coach.
No, it's. I want them to see and I want them to visualize. It makes the experience a little bit more personal. And you can, you trust me, you don't know what these people tell us like over the phones, right? We're sworn to secrecy, and we make sure that we keep that space so that you can have the openness. Because here it is. Hi, Jack. Here's the thing: is I'm going to try to coach you, and I'm going to try to get you to this next thing. But you don't have any trust, and I don't know your kids' names. Like, where are we truly going? Right now, where are we really going, right?
So it's transactional.
Yeah, so we don't coach that way. That's not our approach. I want to know about you. I want to know what makes you tick. I want to know your dog and what happened. And then those things I'll actually care about, not fake it. I truly care about those things. So then, of course, at that exact moment, then I care about you. And then I care about your outcome, and I care about your success. And so now I'm a part of it. Now I have ownership. So I don't get to just coach you and tell you to go create this result. I'm a part of the result. And now I have accountability against the result.
Whenever you're hiring your team members, do they have to have that type of personality in order to be a good coach for Nexstar's organization?
So the answer is no.
The reason I ask is because, like, for me, it's not that I don't care, but I really don't care to know the dog's name. Yeah. Like, you got 4 kids? That's good for me. Like, and part of it is, 100% of his personality type. I know that about myself, so I'm very self-conscious
about that.
And I try to make sure that I don't like skim right over it. Yeah. Whenever they're like, "Hey, my dog just died." Oh, sucks. That happened. Like, how
my
about
dog
this?
dead too.
Yeah. I had a dog die one time too. And then, I'll tell you a story. So my cousin Michael, he always had these stray pets. Like, he was that kid that, like, every time he turned around, he had another cat. He had another dog, and it was just this random. And then all of a sudden, they would disappear. Like, they just got gone.
Yeah.
And we were kids. Like, we were probably, I don't know, 12, 13, 14.
Yeah.
The roles reversed one time. So Trisha, our other cousin, like, we grew up, like, cousins were brothers and sisters. Like,
Absolutely.
every summer,
100%.
we stayed at Nana's house. All the grandkids, I mean, we
Sleep on the floor.
Sleep on the floor,
Yep.
hang out at Nana's all summer. So we just all happened to be at Trisha's house, and she has a really long front yard, like 3 acres front yard. Yeah, really long. And her dog took off, like out of the house. Like the dog got out of the house, took off out the road. We're all kind of outside. Anyone that wasn't outside ran outside to watch a semi run over her dog.
No, God, no.
So she's bawling. I mean, bawling. So Michael walks over to her and says, well, let's look on the bright side.
Oh, no, Michael.
Only 9 wheels hit him.
The other 9 did.
Oh my God. Talk about bad timing.
Oh, my
Jeez.
God.
At least wait a few weeks.
She really needed to hear that in that
You gotta wait a few
moment.
weeks for that one.
You know what's so funny?
man.
I want to ask you a question. Is Michael still that way?
100%.
Yes.
100%. We just had my grandma's 80th birthday party, and Michael's
Don't
there.
invite Michael.
Michael's there sitting next to Nana, and we were like, "Oh God!"
What
like
is
the slideshow's going, and he like whispers to her, and I'm like, "Oh man, there is no telling what he is telling her," because it was like videos or there was pictures of us back when we were doing hood rat shit.
Yeah.
like we were doing bad stuff, but the picture that they captured looked very innocent, and so like that. They didn't know this. The adults put those slides.
So they put bad pictures on us. Good slideshow.
Like Michael and I and Trisha, we all knew what that was about. And we're like, oh,
Not
looking
that
around.
one.
And then Michael goes,
Oh, no.
right in Nana's ear. And then she's like grins and looks at me. And I'm like, nope. I can't believe he just did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good old Michael. So write this down. Don't invite Michael anywhere. No Michael.
Yeah, I'm not inviting Michael.
Michael's a hoot.
Although he might be fun to get on the podcast once.
he
tell
is.
some stories.
Let's don't invite Michael on the podcast.
No, the real Tersh.
Yeah, we definitely don't do that. Yeah. No, but it's like the personality types there. Like Michael's a genuinely good guy. Like he's
I believe
a
it.
good dude
Yeah.
that will do anything for anybody. Get the shirt off his back. But if you ask him a question, he's giving you the answer. Whether you want the answer or not, like you're getting a very blunt answer. And I could see myself, I know that's how I was. Like, I'm here to solve a problem. Do you want me to solve the problem or do you want me to just comfort you? I literally had to start having that conversation with Julie, my wife.
Yep.
It was like, okay, am I here to solve the issue or am I here to just listen?
Yeah. So when I think about that, that's actually a coaching tactic that we coach, right? Because some people just want to be heard. And you would be surprised at how many people are like, no, I know how to solve this. Like, I got that part. I just want to, bitch and moan right now. Yeah, and I need to get this off my chest. And that actually, you are helping me in that way. So when you're a coach, you have to show up in different ways. Sometimes you have to be a counselor. Sometimes you have to be a mother. Sometimes you have to be a brother. Sometimes you have to be an uncle. And different answers from different people in that situation, right?
Hello, home service professionals. Do you want to maximize your marketing budget? Then you need to be using call tracking from CallRail. Let's say you noticed a spike in new leads this month. To find out what's driving them, you just log into your CallRail dashboard. Is my new Facebook ad outperforming my other ads? Or is paid search knocking it out of the park? Or maybe it's time to retire those newspaper ads. Since CallRail assigns a unique phone number to each of my marketing efforts, I know where my best leads come from and which efforts to scrap. CallRail shows you your most cost-effective marketing channels so you can get back to business. Go to callrail.com/SBMpod and try it for free.
Do you ever grow impatient?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good.
So
Good. I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Because like we've gone over something multiple times. It's not like hitting home.
Right.
Not taking it and actually implementing.
If somebody's
lack of information.
If somebody's an asshole, is it their fault or is it your fault?
It's your fault.
It's not my fault. It's your fault. She's looking at you.
It's not. So let's take it back.
He calls me an asshole because I ask questions and then I'll ask the same question again.
Over and over. So it's not your fault. As a coach, it's your responsibility. That's how I will put it, right? You can ask as many questions as you like. I think that's what it's for. And then it's my responsibility as your coach to ask you even more questions so we can truly get into the bottom of it, hoping that the solution is somewhere baked in the middle of that.
It's like, I mean, psychologists get,
Oh, yeah.
they get paid lots of money
To ask the answer.
questions because they want you to come up with the answer.
Yeah, because now it's
They
yours.
like guide you.
Let's make a correction there. Psychiatrists make a lot of money. Psychologists don't
make
shit,
money.
'cause
Yeah.
they work for the government most of the time.
What you went to school for?
I went to psychology. I went to school for psychology.
What are you, bro?
But yeah, that's exactly
That's
why.
news because
That-
I'm looking at the shoes. He's not broke.
That's why I'm broke, because I have my shoes. You
Gotcha.
should see my shoes.
Are you
I
a
was
shoe
wearing
guy?
red
That's my
bottoms last
husband.
night.
100%. Oh my God, that's my husband. So me and my husband got a California closet installed in our home. As soon as we walked in the door, we got the California closet. We know ourselves. We understand what's going on. And there's this side with a whole bunch of shoe cubbies. And the guy, the estimator or whoever he is for California Closet says, "Oh, well, yeah, no, this is your wife's size." My husband's like, "That's my size." Yeah. I'm like, "Nope, that's his size. I have more clothes than I have shoes. I wear a size 11 or 41 in Euro sizes. There ain't that many shoes out there for me, right?"
Oh, yeah.
My husband, however, a nice clean 9.5. Are you kidding me?
That's like perfect. They never run on 9.5.
Sir. This is the only shoe they make.
Yep.
So I was like, he can buy, they always have his size. Like when I go up to the people and I'm like, "Hey, I'm just practicing." Like, "You got 11? He's like, "No, we don't have an 11. Yeah, I'm just practicing. It's like, we don't have an 11. So I know you don't, but can I ask? It's like, "Yeah, sure, you can ask." "No, we don't." And he's like, he can order it online. It's like 9.5. I'm like, how? It's just his like true jealousy. I don't even go through that, but it's like true
I
India.
that. I wear 13. It's like right where the stop milk and met stars. And like sometimes you can order them online, and you very rarely can you find them in the store.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Anything over that, you got
You're done.
a special order.
Yeah.
These shoes, I ordered these for me, custom made. And I ordered him a
That's
set too.
Do you wear
And
them?
it's 13s. They haven't gotten here yet.
Okay.
I haven't got.
They
Yeah,
probably
they
look
take
like
it
boats.
forever.
It's like some.
I'm not really sure.
He will
the
wear
same
them.
it's black and green.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
Got
he'll,
it.
he'll wear them. He will. Yeah. They're very comfortable. It's one of those things that I've spiked, like fully spiked around red bottoms that I was wearing last night.
Yeah, absolutely. The
And
Wildersons. Yeah.
And that's what I wear.
That's
like
your thing.
And it started with like a strip of spikes right here.
Yeah.
And now it's like
whole effect.
all of them. Like all the
So
shoes.
shoes
have all
are
of
your
them.
jam, Lester,
Yeah.
You
I thought
you can't walk.
I was
that
very-
that one home.
without somebody saying it.
Yeah, I was very hesitant towards it because the personality type that I have is like very like I like to be seen but not the center of attention.
I
Like,
understand that.
My presence when I walk in the room, I like for that to be known, but I don't want to say anything.
So can I tell you how I experienced you? So you had a book bag on, really like big, thick book bag. And that's exactly how I experienced you. Okay, yeah, that one. I'd never seen you, never met you, didn't know I was going to do a podcast today. And I saw you and I was like, oh, I like his outfit. And that was it. He's like funky with a hat on. It looked good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love how you pull it. Yeah. I love how you pull it together. But I did experience you like that. Understated, nothing crazy, but the compliment was due. So you're right. You're nailing it.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, sure.
It's one of those things that for years I was like, oh, this is uncomfortable. This is uncomfortable.
Oh, no. Get out of the box. Do
And
the
then
thing.
let's do it. And
Yeah.
it's like Julie, my wife, is the same way. We go to
Is she
like,
spunky and quirky?
oh yeah,
Nice.
Like not here, but like at the after hours thing, it's not uncommon for her to wear the brightest sequined outfit there
Gotcha.
is, like with a train, like
Yeah.
like yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Like we went to an award ceremony, and I was wearing a tuxedo, black tuxedo with my spiked shoes, and she wore a purple sequined dress
Not bad.
that had a train on the back of it,
Not
and
bad. Yeah.
like we're gonna come and we're gonna show up
And take names.
and
Yeah,
and then
like that.
it's one of those things where like I don't know your name, but you were the one in the purple dress. Like
You're right.
Yeah.
No, I mean, Nexstar is really big on our appearance and how we look and how we show up. It's a real big thing. I know I take it
noticed that
seriously.
way. Last year we were at the event in Phoenix, and in this one, a lot of the contractors here are wearing their shirts and their tucked in.
Yeah.
You can definitely tell,
Yeah.
because you go to other events and sometimes it's kind of sloppy. It's, it's
Or lack.
t-shirt.
Yeah.
It's just very real lag, which is fine. It's just, you're at a business networking event, and you can definitely tell these companies are well branded. They represent
Certainly.
themselves.
Yeah.
Even if they're obviously they don't have customers here, but they represent their company.
As you should. And then we always try to take this very elevated approach on how we look. Our CEO is one of the cleanest dudes I've ever met.
Julian?
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like he's just
Pocket
clean.
square every time.
Are you kidding me?
He is like got it down.
And I'm telling you, I've never seen him half step. Like, so he doesn't half step to the gym. He doesn't half step to, he always looks like a 10, and that's crazy. So he really sets that tone on how we look. Hey, MZ. On how we look and how we're presenting, because he truly believes, and I do too, like how you show up and it's how you're gonna, it's so true. Like,
That's your brand. 100%,
everything.
100%.
I mean, like, so we work from home, right? And it took me probably like 2 years to start putting on outfits. I was like pajama pants at the bottom, a little Nexstar shirt at the top, Mitch Max socks on the bottom. And it was kind of like, it wasn't affecting me. I was pretty good at like showing up. And I was like, well, what would happen if I, put on a proper outfit?
Isn't that so wild?
It's crazy. It's insane.
It is wild.
It's insane. So bad so. I started just putting on a freaking outfit. Now I'm working out. Now I'm eating healthy. From an outfit.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
From
so
an
true.
outfit.
It's so true.
It's
because,
crazy.
Like, we were
not take care. So when you're,
It's so easy not to
comfy.
care. It's so easy
it's
not to care.
expandable
Yeah.
pants and shirts, and you're like, oh, this is fine.
and then the next
Somehow
time you
that
put
actually has
it,
to fit.
and then it's like, oh, shit.
Wait a minute.
That doesn't fit like I want it.
Wait a minute. That damn dryer, right?
Yeah, right?
Dryer's full.
Yeah. Well, that's, Julie tells everybody, like, this is how I dress every day in the office.
Yeah. This is
And
me.
It truly is one of those things like Mark Zuckerberg, like it's the same outfit every day, like same outfit style. So it's not difficult for me to get ready. Like I don't have to like, oh, what am I gonna wear?
You don't think
Right.
It's this.
Yeah.
And I wear it every single day. And I work from home. Josh works from home, and we have our home office. And like I cross that threshold, I'm wearing this. And have you ever heard of Todd Herman? He wrote the book called Alter Ego Effect.
No, I've heard of the alter ego effect. So maybe I have heard
the
of
alter ego effect is the thought process of like Beyonce when she goes up on stage and you have
She's
a
like
totem.
Sasha Fierce.
Sasha Fierce with her totem. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. did not need readers, but every time you see him on stage presenting, he has glasses on.
Oh,
the
yeah.
glasses are his totem. The moment he put the glasses on,
He's a smart guy.
he could get in front of the crowd, he could present. And
I like that.
And so for me, it's the tie. I think that it's becoming more so the shoes than the tie, because I've been kind of practicing with it a little bit. I can wear a t-shirt as long as I'm wearing the shoes, like a pair of nicer shoes with a t-shirt and slacks. I can
Elevated.
still present. Yes. I usually will have a t-shirt and a blazer on. Like yesterday, I was wearing a t-shirt and I had a tailored suit on over that.
Got it.
With shoes. And I felt comfortable.
Yeah.
If I wear shorts and a t-shirt, you will not see me outside the hotel room. Like it's the most uncomfortable feeling in the world.
So
I get
funny
that.
because that's literally what I wear every day.
I know.
Yeah.
He will be on a Zoom call and get up and he's got like the shorts with the undershorts under him. And I'm like, way to dress up, Josh.
Some people, I mean, I'm not talking about Josh, but I mean, some people just don't really value that. I just remember myself at a version of myself when I didn't value that, and I know the output of that person. And then I started valuing that, and then I know the output of that person. And I don't know what it is. Trust me.
Yeah.
It's something
It's
that
your
just
totem.
waits.
That is your totem. The outfit is like, okay, now I'm turning it on and I'm going to be a performer.
Yeah.
And so the whole thought process with the alter ego effect is once you wear that totem, then you've trained your body to perform that task. So for me, wearing tennis shoes, like the dirty ones and blue jeans, and like, that's like, I'm going outside to mess around with my kids.
Yeah.
Like the moment I put that on, and the kids know
the
that
New
too.
Balance.
The blue ones, the blue and white ones, with my jorts, my jeans shorts. Like for real though, it's one of those things where the kids know it too. The kids recognize it. They're like, okay, dad's in,
play mode.
He's in play mode.
Yeah.
I can come mess with dad. I can come, hang out. We're getting ready to go ride dirt bikes or, ride side by side.
Yeah,
And
man.
so,
yeah.
but I mean, it's one of those things. It's a real thing. And once you've learned your totem, you can turn it on. Like for instance, when Josh and I get up on stage, this is what I wear on stage. If I wore a t-shirt and blue jeans on stage, I'd be shaking like a leaf the whole time. But I could get up there just like this and be confident
Yeah.
in front of 1,000 people.
Crazy.
No problem. Yeah.
There's something there. I
Yeah.
will say that. I got a lot of compliments on this suit today.
Oh, it looks good.
And thank you. And I was trying to figure out like, hey, which one am I going to wear? Because it's a thing for girls. I mean, you go through it. It's not a girl thing, but it's a thing. I was like, ooh, am I going to do this? Am I going to do that? Or am I going to be able to match it tomorrow?
Do you bring options for every day?
Come on. Okay. Do you know? Did you just meet me?
Do you know Cassie Pound? Quality Heating, Cooling, Plumbing.
I have to know Cassie. Yeah,
she does a podcast too. She does Power Window Trades podcast.
Have to know her. I have to know her. Yeah.
Cassie, she made a post before we left for this about like the options and stuff, and I was razzing her a little bit.
Yeah, no, that's
like a group chat, and I that's why I asked him like option just in case you wake up that day you
know and feel it. Yeah, so I bought 3 suitcases for myself. I got on the elevator and these girls were like, "Is that all for you?" I was like, "Yes, I'm staying a week," and they were like, "Are you serious?" Like, there's like this really big Rimowa trunk. Have you guys seen the Rimowa trunk? It was like silver titanium, oversized, huge. That's packed to the brim. Got another one. My husband has a North Face cube packed to the brim, and then I bought another like carry-on, almost bigger than a carry-on.
Yeah.
Feel to the brim.
Like slide it in. It's like this is too big for carry on.
Yeah.
Like, but you're
that's
just gonna,
the one.
Yeah.
It's a carry on, and I take it to the front, and I wait to get on the plane, and they check it.
They check it. Yeah, they're like, here's your tag.
Every guy.
Here's your tag right here.
Like, no, don't take my bag. Don't take my bag. So there it is, and I love that. It's like a super hack. When you travel so much, like we travel crazy, you get like all the hacks. Like I know how to get upgraded. I know how to take what bags to take. I know what to put in there.
That's too much.
I buy perfumes that are right under the ounce allotment.
The problem with like cologne for me is every time like it'll get in the bottom part in the unpressurized area and then it like explodes or sprays it all out. So like my wife buys me this Giorgio Armani cologne and like
I love that.
The other day I was like, man, I know I didn't use that much. I just got this. And she was like, you just went on a trip. And you didn't put it in your carry-on bag. You put it in the other one and it sprayed right out. Yep. And I was like,
Yep. I got like, if you need some tips and tricks, like I don't just do customer experience.
Right? You got travel.
I got other
trips
stuff to dish out for free. I won't even charge. Like it's just one of those things.
I appreciate that.
No, you guys are super fun. For real. No, seriously.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So we're coming up on the end of our time together today.
That went fast.
It goes so fast, especially when you have
tell people 30 minutes. You try to think of like what you're going to talk about for 30 minutes, and then all of a sudden it's over. You're like, oh, shit, I didn't plan like that. The things I was thinking.
Yeah, you think about like a show. I'm like thinking about Rugrats and like how long that lasts. 7 hours when I'm trying to watch it with my daughter. And then like with you guys, it's 30 minutes. It goes this fast. I'm like, not fair. It's something I want to do last 6 minutes. Something I don't want to do last 9 hours.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Like, what is that?
100%. Yeah. So what's the thing that you would say for people who don't currently have a CSR coach or anything like that? What can they do like to just like almost immediate returns?
I think pour into your people for immediate return.
How so?
Figure out what they need first, right? So I can't tell you how to pour into your people or you how to pour into your people. Figure out what they need first. I know leadership is about a lot of getting it wrong to get it right. And if you're not getting it wrong, you cannot get it right. There's no way around it. So get it wrong as much as you need to get it wrong so that you can eventually get it right. So when I'm pouring into people and thinking about exactly just what they need as an individual on that individual standpoint, I think really investing in that and wasting your time there is where it should be, right?
So every time I get something wrong, I'm like, I had to do it.
Yeah, I'm closer to getting it right. I'm closer to getting it right. You know what I mean? So on my team, I actually promote failure because I'm like, oh, well, that means you're trying, right? And I'm never somebody who's going to shun somebody who did something wrong. Or, I mean, shoot, I like that you're trying. So it tells me that you're comfortable and you're safe to mess up. That's the ultimate comp.
Thank you to Company Cam for supporting today's episode.
These guys are changing the game for contractors with their smart photo app.
Keep your projects documented and streamline your team's communication with even your most complicated jobs.
Try it for free for 14 days and get 25% off of your first 2 months at companycam.com/SBM.
Tersh, I want to talk about something that's a hot topic in the digital marketing space, missed calls. You were telling me the other day that you have a unique way of making sure 100% of your calls are answered. What the heck are you doing?
It's actually really cool. So, we always talk about AI and automation. Well, now I don't have to worry about missed calls anymore because we use Avoca.ai, and it's an AI voice agent. And every time a phone call comes in and say one of our CSRs are busy or even after hours, we've actually completely done away with after hours call center. Avoca picks up the phone and it announces that it's an AI agent. Her name's actually Sarah, and she's really cool. And it's great because every time you get a conversation going, and that entire conversation is transcribed and gets sent to Slack, text message, or onto their dashboard. And then if some of the CRMs that you use and that we're using out there, actually, you can book the call through the CRM as well. So that's a really cool thing too. So, I mean, honestly, if anybody hasn't checked this out already, www.avoca.ai.
So guys, if these problems are yours and you want to fix them, head over to www.avoca.ai and discover how they're helping service businesses like yours maximize every lead that you get.
Compliment.
I think that vulnerability too is
Certainly.
there to realize like you screw up. But the fact that hey, that was my bad, I screwed up, as the leader, you don't always have to have the answer. I think people think the leader has to have the answer. Like, we've always got to be on. I always have the answer, and human, we don't know.
No.
Stuff we come across every day. We have no idea. We're just willing to try.
Yeah, we're willing to mess it up.
Yeah. We wouldn't mess it up, and well, if that didn't work, we're going to try something else tomorrow.
Yeah, and that's okay too. And like just pushing through that. And you're right about that. It's like, I forgot how Julian said it, so I won't mess it up. But essentially what he was saying was like the leader has the biggest balls. Then that's about it, right? Just the person who's the least afraid in the room. And that's who the leader is. It's not about who's better, smarter, gooder, nothing like that. It's like, who's least afraid? Yeah. Let's go. That's the person.
That's all about leading from the bottom. Like
Certainly.
Leading up, like in the military, that's one of the things, like just because this person ranks higher than you doesn't mean that there's a leader. Like you can lead from the bottom up and it just, you're right.
And that was my point. Is like what I'm doing right now actively is I'm creating leaders essentially, but what I'm doing is creating a bunch of people who are mostly responsible, right, for themselves. And if
that's a lot. I mean, that's asking a lot. Some people feel like just be responsible for your own actions.
Be mostly responsible.
Mostly responsible
for your own self, right? If you are a mostly responsible person and you take the accountability, like, hey, if something happens or it didn't, I'm mostly responsible for that. I don't get to blame you. You take the power back. You are fully accountable, extremely accountable, and you don't get to point fingers because you're like, no, I'm mostly responsible for that. So like, no matter what it is, like, okay, I'm mostly responsible for that. So at that point, you are no longer able to divvy out, problems. You're the person, right? And so when I get my people to look inside, they come to me and they're like, oh, hey, I have a problem. I'm just going to share it with you, but here's my list of solutions. Let's pick a solution. And so the conversation is shaped completely different. So we're preventing the ask calls, right? And we are preventing people from just, like I said, sometimes just getting on the phone, bitching and moaning. And what I like to ask sometimes, and just as for clarity, I'm not even being mean or anything like that. I'm like, hey, is this my problem? And I'm not being mean, right? So when they say, no, actually it's not, I'm like, okay, whose problem is it? Right? Well, is it your problem? No, it's not my problem either. Whose problem is it? Right? It's the member's problem. Okay. Now we know who the mostly responsible person is. And now we know where to send it back to, right? Coaching is not about like getting people to do a thing, right? It's almost not even about like hearing people in regards to like what issues they have. It's more about supporting that person through those things. And my example is my college coach, right? She got us to win 2 championships while we were in college. 2 Conference USA championship. UCF, Central Florida, right down the street.
Oh yeah, UCF, yeah.
And
in what sport?
Basketball.
Okay, cool.
And so
I didn't get that from your height at all.
No, not at all. I couldn't have guessed.
You'll see that on volleyball, I was gonna guess, but
So it was something happened and we found out that she wasn't good at basketball.
She's just a good coach.
Just a good coach.
Yeah.
And I loved.
Do you think less of her?
No, I thought more.
Yeah.
Because I thought that this must be super hard for you to not have the talent to match the ability. Because some people have a whole bunch of talent and got no ability. And then the reverse. But then you find some of those unicorns that have both. And so she was somebody who had low talent but high ability. And those people are very accountable. They're very systematic. They are very structured. You know what I mean? And to me, that earns a little bit more respect because I was cursed by talent. I was somebody who, if I did anything, I was great at it.
Oh yeah.
And that sucks because I never had to work.
Exactly.
And then when I got older, I was like, wait a minute.
This isn't easy.
It's not easy. I gotta work. I never had to. Everything comes easy to me. That's
the way I was in school.
It's a curse.
It was one of those things where like I have to put forth 0 effort and I can make an A.
That's me.
And then as soon as something got difficult, I didn't know how to study because I never studied.
Yeah.
I just took the test. I know how to take tests. And so, I feel your pain on that one, sure.
It was cursed by talent. I was. And so when we found out that she was no good in basketball, we really respected her as a coach.
So what I find is that there's technicians, once they find out that the owner, maybe they purchased the company, wasn't an accountant.
Yeah.
They were an accountant and they seen the numbers and they're like, oh, I can even make this even better. Mm-hmm. They weren't a technician. Then all of a sudden they're like, oh, he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
It's interesting. So Tersh knows I'm not a handy person. I was tasked the first HVAC company that I started at managing the office. And owner was burnt out, like he barely ever came in. Like it was I had to learn a lot of math things not to. But
a lot of fails.
I had to rely on the leaders, the technicians to help me.
Yeah.
And there was just it was like a different relationship that was formed because I knew I could, like, if they screwed up, I couldn't go and fix it.
Yeah.
I had to rely on them and rely on figuring out some processes and stuff that we didn't have at that company.
So you had a bigger trust when you experienced it.
It's a bigger trust and just a different, I think the way we speak to him. Because, like, if Tersh is mad at a technician because he screwed up, he can tell him exactly what he did wrong.
Yeah.
And come down on him a little differently, which sometimes is needed, but other times it's like, getting them almost asking questions. How do we make sure this doesn't happen again? What do we do in the future? How do we fix this?
Where'd you go wrong? When did you find out?
It's like me asking because
I really don't know. Not only am I curious, I have no clue. Yeah.
I want to know so that way if it happens with someone else, I can.
But I love that because that's such a beginner's mindset. And that's where I was when I first got in trade. I didn't know. I was an HR manager, right? I was a recruiter and HR manager, generalist. And so when I'm trying to figure out like why these guys are getting paid piecework, I'm like, well, why does this piece cost that much? And why does this piece cost that much? Or why wouldn't he? The last time he put this on there, why didn't he add this to this one? And so now that knowledge and that curiosity, that beginner's mindset now got me all this fresh new knowledge. And now I can apply it. Now I can be an operator. Now I can be a service manager. Yes. Now I can coach these people. Like I can coach almost anybody in your business almost to the bone. I can go to your HR manager. I can go to your accountant. I can go to your controller. I can go to your GM. I can go to your service manager. I can go to your call center manager and I can coach them to the T just based off of coaching aspects and things that I've learned. And also I can speak their language and I know exactly what they're talking about when they say this capacitor XYZ or, you know what I mean? I know what it means. Like when the technician fell through the roof, I'm like, well, we got a problem. You know what I mean? And that's the thing, that beginner's mindset, that natural curiosity this is what I love. You know what I mean? So I'm a trade proponent, obviously, but something that I love about the mechanic side of it is here are these true problem solvers who cannot move. They cannot move to the next step until the thing is fixed.
Yes.
And that's how coaches are. They're the same way. It's like you can't move to the next thing until the thing is fixed. You know what I mean? And we really buy in to our success being your success, because all of my coaches are like, we, us, together. How are we? You know what I mean? And they're not like, oh, well, Tersh, make sure you. It's like, well, hey, next time we got to do this and next time we got to do that. Yeah. And that togetherness piece of it, because now your success is now mine.
Now you feel like you have an ally.
You do.
You can talk to openly.
It's a partnership. And honestly, when you get a good coach, like when you get some real coaching, you get these people who cannot go to the next coach because they're like, I just
No, we're good.
Need my coach.
We're hanging out here with you.
It happened, moving up through Nexstar. I had to tell people like, I'm moving up, but I'm not moving away from you. I'm still your coach, your forever coach. So I got some people who are latched on. I love them too. He's one of them. As he's hanging out, not moving right now, waiting for me to leave. It's one of those things where we just built such a relationship that you can trust me with your business and you can trust me with your children. You can trust me with, things that you wouldn't tell anybody. This is a Nexstar coach.
Right?
Right? Yeah. And we don't take that lightly. Like we take that seriously and we take that to heart. And I think that's how we get the results that we want. Yeah. These people, we are serious about these people and these people are dead serious about us. And you can't fake that, like at all. You cannot fake that. So sorry, I know we are well over, but there was a question you asked me about the personality. You said, hey, can you be successful here? And I said, the answer is no. You know what I mean? When I think about why you need to have those personality traits, it's that it can get you to a certain place, like not asking or not caring about somebody's person, but it will not get you here. It will not get you to that part where you truly are seeing that return or that result.
Yeah.
It'll get you those transactional things. It'll get you the conversations that you may look. It
You
may
can
even get you
force
some
it
results.
so far.
It may even get you some results, but it will not get you here, which is where we want everybody to be.
Yep. Yep.
100%.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
This was fun.
This was fun.
Yeah.
I'm glad you had fun.
I mean, it's almost like I'm getting paid. Awesome. It's awesome. Almost. No, check is in the mail. Check is in the mail. 6 weeks?
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
The government.
I don't think that's a good joke.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's cool hanging out with you. We appreciate you. And if people do want to learn more, what's the best way for that to happen? I mean, obviously, Nexstar, you have to be a member of Nexstar, but if they are a member,
I think the best way to learn more is to join a NexTeams in any facet. Come to one of our free webinars. Implementation has theirs. Customer experience has theirs. Get on one of those connection things where you are connecting with members and the coaches facilitating or co-facilitating the conversation.
oh, those are big.
Dude, you don't understand. So it doesn't have the pressure of doing anything right, and it doesn't have the feel of coaching, but you also take away so many like things, little nuggets that you're like, okay, this is exactly where I'm supposed to be. And you never know before you go what you're going to get. And I think that's the really good surprise. So anything NexTeams, any webinars that we're hosting, totally show up to those things because other members are there. And you can accidentally find something out that you didn't even know. Yep. And it's not rehearsed, not scheduled, nothing. And so these coaches are just showing up pure in these spaces. And so are the members. And we're all meeting each other at a bus stop. And then something great happens and we all go home. It's beautiful every single time. And so we're able to do it over and over and over and over again because we don't have a scheduled result. It's like whatever happens, happens. And it's always beautiful. So yes, I think that's the best thing to do is join us on like one of our free webinars, come to one of those things. And then I think what it will make you do is want to come to training because training is.
That's key. Yeah.
Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss training is. I mean, it lights me up. I remember the first time I went to Operational Excellence, one of our members he was a member trainer then, and now he is a member, Dan Friesen. He had us, like, I went to training and I was like, yeah, I'm going to go to training, going to do a good job. We were in there crying.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I want to be a better wife. I need to be a better mom. You know, all from Nexstar training.
Yeah.
Like, aren't we supposed
It's
to be
wild.
talking about some HVAC stuff?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
we were talking about being better people, showing up in the world that, you know, doesn't know us and contributing and being somebody who is a contributing factor to the world.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just beautiful because that's not what I expected. And that's all I got. I was like, I don't think he said plumbing.
Yeah.
I don't think he said
yeah.
HVAC.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
It's crazy
I
how
was
that happens.
I was charged up. I
Yeah.
was charged up. I still get that feeling now. Like when I tell the story, I get the feeling. And he doesn't know that because it's Dan Friesen. He's just walking around. He doesn't care. But he doesn't know, like, there was a room full of maybe, we were like 150s pre-COVID where you could pack up in a room like sardines. And, I mean, we were boo crying, like grown men. Like, you know, I don't know how to get the technicians, you know. Bro, you can do it. You're the best thing ever. And it was awesome. It was awesome. He gave us homework, and I'll end here. He gave us homework. He was like, write down something that you know you should have done yesterday. Right.
We all know. We can,
You know what you should have done yesterday, right? He said, write it down. And he says, before you come back in this room, do it.
dinner again?
100% of people. This the whole thing that they knew they should have done. And it wasn't, he said yesterday was a figurative thing.
Sure.
Right? This is something people for months. And he came back to exercise yesterday. It was like, what did you do that you knew you were supposed to do? Some people had like accountability questions. Some people, my thing was I should have bought my husband these AirPods. This is when they first came out, the AirPod Pros.
Yeah.
And he had asked me for them. And I was like, I'm going to get them. But my husband is dead serious about, he goes and stands in line at Apple. He's that crazy. Like,
as soon as
unhinged.
the 16 came out, he has
He's
it.
insane. Yeah, no. So that's a conversation. That's a real thing. Okay, it's not. So the Remarkable too. Have you seen the Remarkable? He ordered the Remarkable. It's just a note taker.
Okay.
It's the tablet you can write on, but it saves to.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So you don't have
Good.
to waste paper anymore.
Yeah.
And he got the Remarkable One, and he's like, oh, babe, I love this, but it doesn't have a light. I said, okay, XYZ. 2 days later, no exaggeration on the 2 days, 48 hours later, they said, guess what? We got a Remarkable 2. He sent back the Remarkable 1. He is not playing that game. He wants the latest, greatest, tippy top. And Dan Friesen made us do something that we should have done the day before. And it was for me, buy him those AirPods, because we live in Atlanta.
Yeah.
He couldn't get them. The people in Minnesota, they don't, when I get them, I get them. I walked straight into Apple when Dan Friesen told me to do it. I walked straight out with my husband's AirPods. And he wouldn't have gotten them had Dan Friesen not said, what did you not do that you were supposed to do? So in negative 32-degree weather, I really love this guy. I'm just thinking about it like, wait a minute. I really love this guy. I went to go get these AirPods for him.
Yeah.
And that's Nexstar.
That's
it
cool.
has little to do.
Yeah. With air conditioning and
No, almost nothing.
Yeah.
But what have you not done? How are you showing up? What are you holding off on? What conversations are you not having? That's Nexstar. That's why we will be around forever. Because we say those things and we make those important, and then we say, oh yeah, make sure the water heater's checked.
Yeah. Also do that.
Also do that. But you got to make sure this is right first.
That's it.
And that's why we will be here forever.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's great.
That's a great way to wrap it up.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
This is awesome.
This was awesome.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
Yeah. This is
When's
awesome.
the next one?
Thank you for listening to this episode of Service Business Mastery. Now that you are equipped with essential business advice from this impactful conversation, you are one step closer to becoming the successful owner of your dreams. If this episode has been helpful to your business journey, don't forget to subscribe to the show, leave a rating, and share it with other owners as well. Visit ServiceBusinessMastery.com to learn more.